So I'm asking you, if you're in this place and you have already given yourself the task of waking up in the morning and coming to spend time here, if there's nothing else that you go back home to do,
Maybe just
go
get
back
his
home and
details.
create content
Get his phone
from the
number,
things that
then
you love to do.
we'll ask.
Emphasis on the things that you love to do.
Get his phone number, then
Because sometimes it gets really tiring,
put some from a bit
very disappointing when the
too
numbers don't
easy.
come as you
But if
expect
you can
them.
actually
Let
just
me
hand
even
it so
ask
that you
you,
do the handshake,
who made a
we get his
post this morning
contact,
on
then
Facebook?
share the link
If you made a post, let me
ourselves
see your hand up.
with him to fill.
Come on
And
now.
then now share this his contact after he has filled it.
How many
Someone
comments
will
did you
not
see
be
on
able
your
to use his
post?
contact if it's
50. Let me
not
see your hand
established.
up. Okay. So, but let me guess, there's a day you made a post and had up to 80 comments. How did you feel? Excited. Good. Now, that's exactly the emotions that
Okay.
come with content creation. Today, you are up in the
Welcome.
moon
Let me
because your
get
content was flying. And then another day, it just feels that nobody saw you at all. The reason I'm asking you to do what you love is because on the days when your content do not fly, the one thing that will keep you running, keep you going, keep you highly spirited is the fact that you love what you're doing. So I'm asking you, when you leave this place,
Please,
please
you are our
pick up
guest.
something that you
Welcome,
love.
sir.
And there is something that you're very good at. There's something that you
Thank
can
you.
do effortlessly.
No, not yet.
Nobody even pays you to do it, but you can do it over and over again. If you know that thing,
Bridget,
if inside you, you know that one thing that you can keep
sorry,
doing,
just give me 2 seconds.
morning, afternoon, night. Let me see your
Bridget,
hand up. Don't tell me that thing. Just show me by a lift of hand.
just 2
That's
seconds.
awesome. Now, if you
Welcome.
do not know it, if you and I become friends, you give me 2 weeks of your life, I will show you what you really love to do. But today is content creation. Today is not self-discovery. But if you do self-discovery, you will really love content creation. I love cooking. I love cooking a lot. You do? Good. And I make amazing meals. But I'm not making money from that like I should. Any problem? Oh, it's not loud? Jesus. Jesus, help me. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm saying that content creation will be fun, exciting, and rewarding if it is in something that you do. The problem most of us have is the fact that we want to create what another person is creating. But you do not have the fire that person has. You do not even have the experience that person has. You don't have the tenacity that person has. So I'm asking you to first find your own. It could be cooking, it could be sewing, it could be knitting, it could be the one thing that you don't even take pride in. But whenever you're asked to do it, whenever there's an opportunity to do it, you do it so excellently. Now, if you find that thing, the next thing you have to do is to hone the skills to package it and sell it. And that brings us to our main topic. How do I package the one thing that I love to do, that I can so do well? So that somebody would see it, love it, share it, comment on it, and then go ahead to even buy it. You would love that to happen for your skills, right? So let's do this. What are the kind of contents that you enjoy watching so much? I'm going to pick just few hands so that I can hear what we love.
More are
Anybody?
coming.
Just raise your hand. The kind of content you love to see. Food. Food.
There are 3.
Family.
You want.
Okay, here comes a lover.
Mom, teacher chair.
Yes. Interior designs. Sorry. Customer service. Okay, so we are plenty. All of us have interests. We have passions. All of us have absolutely one or two things that we love to see. So when you get on any social media platform, because you have been seeing those things, the algorithms make sure that more of them come. So you find your niche, please. Find your niche. Which one you want to be creating? The one mistake that we make is in creating content
So
is
how
creating
your
every
session?
kind of content.
Yeah. Well,
If you
watching.
do every kind of content,
Watch
let
and
it be
learn.
that you are at the stage of discovering your niche. That's the only time I would say, okay, run around, do
What's
everything,
missing?
do food,
Oh God.
do family, do interior designs, anything your interest is in. But you are going to find the one you yourself enjoy creating.
What do you see?
You're going to find the one that people react more to.
What
You're going to find the one that people are even making inquiries about. When you find that one, please do what? Hold it, stay with it. Then begin to look for who and who is doing it. Because believe me,
so
whatever
that
it is
that's
you're going to create,
protocol.
it's already been created. The only thing you have to do is find borrowed brilliance and read. If you read books, or go to AI and
Not
ask
that.
it to give you the book Borrowing Brilliance, Brilliance,
Well,
Borrowed
when you
and
come with me, I'll run the
Brilliance.
video.
What
I'm
that
not
book will
for
teach you
this.
is how to watch A, B, C, D do one thing, find the best of what A, B, C and is doing, collect their thoughts, their skills, and merge it together and recreate what they are doing. So if you're doing food content, you have to find out the best food content creators, watch what they are doing, and begin to learn to do just something a little different from what they are doing. That extra mile that you put on your own content is what will stand you out. Because everybody can be cooking okra soup, but there's a way your own has to be different. It's that difference that will mark you apart from every other person. It is that difference that will attract your own market to you. So find your niche is the first thing I said. When you find it, begin to find ways other people are doing it, and then begin to do it, but add an extra. Add what? And then let's even go to the other part, finding statistics and numbers. We are very fond of jumping into a river
Thank you.
without checking if the soil is
How you
soft,
doing?
muddy, or is strong enough to carry us. What are the statistics saying about what you are about to do? Your numbers will tell you. The more people that come to your content will tell you. To find out if it is statistics that you can rely on, that you can change, that you can influence for your own good. And then here comes the other part where we like to run away from actual creation. Actual creation. Getting a phone or cameras. If you go for cameras right now, I don't know if you're rich enough to get a Sony A7 that shoots like mad, or if you have, what's the latest iPhone, please? 16. I understand that the videos from that camera is super good. But you can start with what you have. The first thing is when you carry your phone, sorry, I would like for you to start content creating today. I really would love to. And I'll leave my number. If you create something and share it with me, I'll critique it for you. When you pick your phone to shoot, what's the first thing you should do? Who knows?
How to join this class?
Absolutely. Because even you love to see clean
Can I join your
pictures.
class?
So find a
I should not
curtain
join the class.
and clean this camera
That looks
lens. As in,
exciting.
clean it with all your heart. If you use the kind of material I'm wearing, it would roughen it up. It won't be good. Cotton, something soft, tissue or silk. When you wipe it, the next thing that you do is positioning. If we take a picture this way, there is sunlight coming on my face. Will it look good? If I do the same thing here, what would happen? It will be darkened. And these tips sound simple, common, but they determine exactly how your content come out. If there is light on it, please, we all have, great content creators have light. I have a lot of light. We have a lot of audio equipment. But if you're going to wait till you have all those things, that thing I'm asking us to do starting today will not happen. So if you have an extra phone, use a torch. Let me have your phone. Let me have yours. If you turn on the torch on this one and shoot with this one, you're going to have a very bright light, bright videos. You won't also have shadow if you shift it too close. If you shift it too far apart, you will have shadows. I hope that we'll have time to create. So, yes, you're supposed to have big lights that look good. But if you don't, sweetheart, start from what you have. Thank you. Okay, so there's no second phone, but you have rechargeable lamps, Abby. At least any of us in this place has rechargeable lamps. Just make sure that your rechargeable lamp is not giving you shadow. Tilt to the left, shoot from front. You won't have shadows. Shadows will kill your pictures, it will kill your videos.
My boss.
Otherwise, step outside, put a table outside. You don't have a table, carry two buckets, create a table. You're a content creator. You will improvise for a living. You will, you don't have a choice. Because if you're going to wait for all those things to add up, you won't create. And the reason we're just here talking is that we waited for these things to add up. Otherwise, when TikTok came to Nigeria, we would have all jumped on it. And it said dancing algorithms favored Nigerians. We would have all found a way to jiggle and make sure we get the followers and get the money. So yesterday was the best time to start. Well, we didn't. So today is another best time. Tomorrow could actually be too late. And this internet is very dynamic. We do not know what's coming. And so I think you should hop on the train. So I'm asking you, learn to improvise. So find a table, go outside. When you go outside, if you stand this way and see shadows spread over your thing, it's a simple thing. Turn the other way and begin shooting. If you're shooting food, the closer the better. If you're shooting a person, the closer the better. So find out if it's a close-up shot you want, a medium or a long shot. The fact is, what is beautiful to you? Because if it is beautiful to you, it will be beautiful to me. So let's talk about audio. So you are going to need a microphone. There are the most affordable ones and the less affordable ones. What's in your pocket go carry? What you feel buy? Buy. Because it is what? An investment. And it will yield fruit as far as you're interested in it yielding. So get a microphone. But if you don't have one today, get to a quiet place. If you live in a busy place, it's no big deal in going outside and telling somebody, I beg, I want you for just 15 minutes. If you keep and down small, I beg. Even the Bible tells us that a soft answer does what? When I know they go church. So I'm saying, instead of waiting to buy the big microphone tomorrow or next tomorrow, I'm missing the chance of creating something beautiful that you're doing today. Tell somebody, I beg, if you calm down small for me, 30 minutes, I will finish. Otherwise, go to the part of the compound or the house that is quiet. Shoot. Otherwise, get on the internet and download applications that can filter noise. You're in an internet era. You have a lot of things working for you. So you can actually also shoot and then do a voiceover later. Your voice might not sound that good to you, but please don't let it deter you. And some of you actually have amazing voices. The one thing they lie to us about broadcasting is that you have to have a sonorous voice. I do not know how many people that thing stopped them from being broadcasters, but there is uniqueness in every single voice. And there are people that have hoarse voices that when you listen to them talk, it doesn't sound good. But when they put it in the microphone and it is clean, it is just amazing. You will love to hear it. So I'm asking you, if you're creating your own content and you need to do a voiceover and your voice doesn't sound good in your ears, as far as it is not noisy, as far as you have the pronunciation of the words as correct as you can have them, allow it go. Which one works for you? Do you want to do a full script before you voice over, or you want to freestyle? Find out which one works for you. And there's AI that's doing voiceovers, but I don't like it because I want to listen to a human being. I want to hear a voice that sounds like me. I want to relate to what I am listening to. So I would encourage you to be real. And content creation needs you to be authentic. How many times have you seen beautiful videos with late views? But you now see one recklessly short video with thousands of views and shares. What is inside those two? Content. Real realness, authenticity. So yes, your house not too fine, your background not too fine, but if the content is of interest to us, we will ignore the background, we will ignore everything and do what you're producing.
Web design have their clusters.
What do I produce? Is that a question you want to ask me? Huh? Do you know what you can
That's the
produce?
geography aspect.
I think I already mentioned what you love, what you're interested in. There's a third one. What you love is not making waves. What you love is not the interest of everyone. So what do?
Marketing and web design.
You study your audience. If I brought my slides, which I think I will bring in the next time we meet, one of the most important things in content creation is studying your audience. You see, we Naija, we are very different people. As in, we unique die.
In the report,
The things that you sit down and put so much energy in creating doesn't move market at all. But if you also want to follow the tide, you may as well lose yourself. So I'm going to ask you,
front end.
what kind of person do you want to be on the internet?
Follow the timeline.
Two things. If you want to make money, and you go to the kind of church I go to, you do mistake they teach for children class and youth class.
For this project now.
And your mother used to
So you're
be a
saying you
kaiban
want to,
or
like, see
something.
the projects that they're
You cannot
working
really
on.
do it in this market by twerking and showing something. So I dey tell you true. If you have a mother like my
Our
mother,
draft first.
let me see your hand up. If you have somebody in your family that will call you and tell you Adadama, then let me see your hand up. If you have a pastor that will call you and tell you you're not coming to church, let me see your hand up. So content creation has a lot to do with yourself. Because at some point you will have to ask yourself, what really do I want to do? And does this thing that I want to do align with my personality and where I come from? Are you willing to say, forgive this
We have
word,
pictures
fuck
to show.
everyone else, I need
There's
that money?
evidence.
That's
can say your
purely your
pictures.
decision. Because if you can take that second option of saying bye-bye to everyone, then you can afford to do the unthinkable. And trust me, the unthinkable sells in our country. Jesus, give it to me. The unthinkable sells so much. You're asking which one is unthinkable. I will say that just push down your skirt a little. Just show your waist bit small.
We did the analysis.
Just tweak a little. Just show small booby. Just go sit a very powerful person. By the way, one of the things that we're taught in leadership class is if you want to get to the top, that you attack those that's already at the top. It sells. It does. Because if you attack this guy here who doesn't have a million followers, nobody really sees it. But there you attack Mr. Governor. There you attack a Coral BD. There you attack who they create for internet now.
Imagine.
If you even mention Equatorial Guinea. So, in your content creation, you will have to decide how popular you want to get and how fast you want to get it. How fast, how popular determines comes from who you go after. Now, politics is sweet in that place. You are a politician. Anything the government does, you can criticize it. But let it be that you're sound, you're intelligent, you can analyze and pick out the sand from the beans.
They're spread around.
Because it's politics. You will always have followers. There will always be people that hate government. That's one way. And attacking the other big wigs is another way. Then you can do the other part where you can love Jesus to the moon and back. Love him in a way that everyone envies you and even begins to hate you for it. That's one. And be sensitive with religion. Christianity and every other religion is fighting. Always fighting. That fight is never going to end. So if you're creating content in religion, get ready to be boxed and to box too. But you're going to have views and comments and engagements. There are 1,001 things that you can create, but everything comes down to three
I know it has
things.
to do with tying the
Pictures
success
tell
story
stories,
of these people here, and then
your
showcasing
writing does,
and promoting,
and your
or you get them
videos
to
do.
actually design something for them.
Which one are you most comfortable with? One thing I was not prepared for in the media was having everybody know my face. It's expensive. People like fame. That's what I want to do. And I wish that there was a way I could have known earlier. I probably would have delved more into radio because it hides
To
you.
get them to actually.
So when you are going
produce
into this
something
market of content
from their
creation, please
core
find out if you're okay with everyone knowing your face, because the next thing you're going to buy will be different. The price will be different from the price every other person buys.
You know,
There will be some untold
let's draft
expectations
now,
on
let's
you, but
start.
sometimes it's also sweet. It's also fine that you walk into a place and be known.
quiet.
That is like being known, right? But that comes with a price. The other thing is, in your content creation journey, do you want to impact life or you want to be a nuisance? Both sales. Nuisance makes money on the internet just as much as an impact person does. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of giveaway content. But I hope you know that towards the end that those things come to light and people now begin to talk bad about you. So are you going to be real enough to shoot the things that are happening?
Yes.
Your own story is beautiful. It can be more beautiful than the story of the person next to you that you're watching. The fact that you went to fetch water and fell and broke your leg, and how you administered first aid on yourself, can sell more than you telling some other person's story. So I'm going to ask if you're bold enough to tell your own story. I greeted Magic that walked in here. Guy is doing amazing work with mushrooms. And anytime I want to eat mushrooms, I call him and I make a video out of it. He sells very well. So what is it you're doing that you're creating that you want to sell? Does it have your courage inside it? Because if you think content creation doesn't require courage, you're joking. Because you will be done creating a full content, and if you don't give approval for it to go, you won't share it. Take it from someone who's creating a ton of content. And sometimes I just say, this one's safe. And if you are a perfectionist, sorry, you may have to drag yourself because sometimes the audio is not that good, the pictures are not that good, and sometimes you do not write as much as you would want to write, especially writers. We suffer a lot because you want to write like we say A, B, C, and D, but you've not grown enough. You have to give yourself a little grace to write today, tomorrow, and know that every day you will get better. And for those that will be doing writing, please find out early if you want to write to evoke pain, to evoke tears, to evoke joy, to be real. What emotions do you want your reader to get? That will direct you on the words to pick. And if you listen to radio that makes sense, it will reflect in every content you create. If you read books that make sense, it will reflect in every caption you give. If you watch local movies that do not have any sense added to what you already know, it will reflect in everything you're creating. I'm just saying, feed your spirit with worthy things because
real life scenario.
it will reflect in your
I'm a
content.
local government chairman.
If you watch British movies, you will find 1,000 ways to say good morning without saying good morning, right? Because they're the honors of the language that we are priding ourselves in. And if you also stay to watch Opaiweka, what's the name of that thing? You know the people I mean. Your language will sound like that. So if you're going to create content, expose yourself to contents that are rich,
So it's like
contents that you want to be like. And also, if you're coming into comedy, understand your market, understand your audience. That comedy doesn't need it to be too fine, too, and all of that. Just know which content am I going in to create? What does it require? How much finesse? How much craze? How much of my language can I infuse? Some of you are ashamed of speaking your language because you're on video. Are you okay? Sit down for now. Speak the English, if it requires that. Bring your own self into that. That's what people want.
Okay.
Don't
So
do your name is
now
Inse, but
this
you
thing,
now
let's
begin to go
imagine
and look
that
for one
these are
finish
1,000
name,
people.
something very
Let's
funny.
imagine that
What's that?
there are 36
Don't
people
lose
there.
yourself because you
So
want to create
imagine
and
that
look like
maybe about
someone.
200
Create and look like
200 per
you.
team.
It will sell more
Just
than
web design.
anything.
Okay.
I had 30 minutes. Do you have any questions? I would love to hear your question, particularly because next time I come, I think my slide would be bookish, but I thought today we should converse, we should talk about these things. Now, if you want to create, if you do want to create, let me even see your hand, if you want to create content. I like that it's not
There's not everybody
everyone.
here that's come to
So
class.
what is your problem with content creation? What has stopped you? Video editing. Okay, so you know CapCut. Do you know CapCut? Okay. I'm currently using a pro version. But even before I started using a pro version, the regular version, the free version was very okay. What problem do you have with it? Okay, it's not free. Isolating noise on CapCut is not free. You have to use a pro version. But before you get to isolating noise, can you create in a calm place? Can you create with the noise that you want? Remember, I'm saying we should start from where we are. Before you have money to go and do the 10K Pro, because if what you're creating is not fetching you that 10K, please don't spend it. So instead of creating in a place that's super noisy that you will need to go and isolate noise or find audio, create it with a sound that you love. For now, till your content makes you enough money so you can buy a pro version. Otherwise, it will keep holding you down. What other question regarding video editing? Yes, please.
Look at what areas need development, showcase it, attract attention.
I like everyone to hear your question.
I said, I don't know if you've been discouraged about getting a life doing very well. Then if you have, how do you keep being consistent about that thing when you have this? That's number one. Number two, how do you get that more? Possibly you are talking about religion, maybe that is your truth. How do you get more in that actually?
Okay. Every day we'll constantly do things that we love, and at some point it will not be encouraging. That's why I said start with something that you love, something that you're passionate about. And another, the very most important one is look for a future in it. Like, what is the gain you want from it? What's the end game? What's the peak that you want? So I'm guessing that you have set your goal in starting your content creation. Let that goal be so beautiful that anytime you see it, your mind wants to get back into the job of creation. The problem that we have is that we just begin a journey without setting a goal. If your goal is to climb Mount Everest, please keep a picture of Mount Everest close to you. See it most times. Your mind will want to get there and you will begin to work towards it. So let the fact that you want to create videos that are viral, let it inspire you, please. And learn every day. Get better every week. If this week you were at this point in maybe color grading, making the colors of a video finer, next week give yourself another target that your pictures has to be clearer. Those small goals will keep getting you to the point. Now, the other question on getting engagement is creating interesting content. There's no magic. You can pay Facebook to give you views, but trust me, you see the organic views, the organic travel of your content. That's the best, and you can only get that when your content is interesting. And I usually ask, what is the meat of your content? If it is regular, then it's not going to move. There has to be something a little to the left in your content creation. A little, something that intrigues the mind. The internet allows us to aim higher in our satisfaction. So now we are used to clear audio, we are used to clear pictures, we are used to nice videos. Do you know what people are looking for now? The world in videos. What is wild? What is not regular? What is not always seen? So if it's interesting and then you keep looking at your goal, you hit it. Last question. Yep. Please.
People get tired of like the same regular thing you get to post. How do you stay in that light for people to get attracted? They have gone viral, but how do you stay